When we gaze up at the night sky, our eyes are inevitably drawn to Mars. We see a silent, frozen world, a crimson desert scarred by the cosmic impacts of eons and ravaged by relentless, planet-wide dust storms. For generations, we have viewed it as a future frontier, the next great leap for humanity. But what if we are fundamentally mistaken? What if, when we look at Mars, we are not looking into our future, but staring directly into our own deepest, most terrifyingly forgotten past? With each passing year, the data sent back by our robotic emissaries paints an increasingly vivid and deeply unsettling picture. Mars was not always the wasteland it is today. It was a living, breathing world, a twin to our own. It possessed vast, deep oceans of liquid water under a sky of blue clouds. A thick, protective atmosphere shielded its surface, and a powerful magnetic field deflected the lethal radiation of space. It was a world perfectly capable of supporting life, a world that could have been home to billions of souls. Then, in a geologic heartbeat, it all died. The oceans boiled away, the atmosphere was stripped bare, and the planet was sterilized. A growing number of independent researchers and even some whistleblowers from within mainstream science are now championing a radical, almost unthinkable theory. This planetary cataclysm was no natural disaster. It was an execution. And it was in this apocalyptic moment, shrouded in cosmic antiquity, that humanity did not arrive on Earth, but instead escaped to it. Official NASA photographs, if you know where to look, reveal anomalies that defy simple explanation. They are dismissed as pareidolia, tricks of light and shadow, the mind seeing patterns where none exist. But can we be so sure? We see the unmistakable three-sided geometry of pyramids in the Cydonia region, their faces eroded by time. We see the gentle, perfect curve of a massive dome half buried in the sands of the Elysium Planitia. We see faint grid-like patterns on the flatlands that look unnervingly like the spectral ruins of planned city streets. The similarities to our own ancient world are too precise to be a coincidence. They echo the monumental structures left by our earliest ancestors, the Great Pyramids of Giza, the sprawling urban plan of Teotihuacan, the enigmatic giant lines carved into the Nazca Plateau. What if this is not a coincidence? What if it is the shared architectural signature of a single, brilliant civilization that once spanned two worlds, a culture that built its wonders on the soil of both Mars and its then primitive sister planet, Earth? A daring hypothesis offers a stunning explanation for our sudden appearance on this planet. As Mars began its slow, agonizing death, its atmosphere bleeding into space, its surface cracking under the harsh sun, a desperate, last-ditch plan was put into motion. A chosen few, a fraction of the population, managed to escape. They traveled not in primitive ships of metal and fire, a journey that would have taken years, but in a form of physics we would perceive as magic. They used gateways, stable artificial wormholes that could bridge the 60-million-mile gap between the planets in a single breathtaking step. The remnants of these ancient gateways, their colossal power sources long since decayed, may still stand today on Earth, We know them as the great megalithic rings of stone: Stonehenge, Karnak, Göbekli Tepe. This theory finally explains the persistent universal myths of gods who descended from the heavens to bestow knowledge upon early man. It explains why the earliest civilizations, the Sumerians, the Egyptians, the Maya, burst into existence with fully formed knowledge of writing, complex mathematics, and staggeringly precise astronomy. They weren't inventing these sciences, they were simply remembering them. Let us return to the pyramids, the most potent symbol of this lost connection. Compare the primary pyramid in Cydonia to the Great Pyramid of Giza. The mathematical constants are identical. The ratios, the angles, the alignment to the cardinal directions and celestial bodies, the correlation is nearly perfect. Some researchers now believe the Egyptian pyramids were never intended as tombs. They were memorials, replicas built by a homesick, traumatized people to honor the world they were forced to abandon. They were monumental structures of grief, aimed not at the heavens, but at a specific point in the sky. A silent architectural prayer for a red planet that had turned to ash. But what force could possibly cause such a swift and total planetary extinction? The surface of Mars is saturated with lethal levels of radiation. Its thin, dead atmosphere contains a bizarrely high concentration of a specific isotope known as xenon-129. Scientists have confirmed that on Earth, this exact isotopic signature is found in only one specific environment: the immediate aftermath of a large-scale nuclear detonation. Is this a random cosmic coincidence, or is it the final, damning evidence, the radioactive ghost of a cataclysmic war that set the Martian sky on fire and scoured the surface of all life? A war so devastating that its few survivors swore to erase it from their own history, burying the trauma under thousands of years of myth, religion, and enforced amnesia. Now consider this final, chilling thought. Humanity did not begin its long journey here on Earth. We are a species with a profound collective amnesia. We are survivors, refugees from a forgotten apocalypse, living on a lush cradle world that was once nothing more than a distant, primitive outpost. We are, all of us, the children of Mars. And perhaps this is why, deep within our DNA, in the most primal part of our collective soul, we are so relentlessly drawn to the stars. It is not a quest to discover something new. It is a subconscious urge to return home, to set foot once more on the crimson soil of our lost paradise, and to finally, after all these silent centuries, remember who and what we truly are.